guys, and welcome back to another video. It is recap time for Ireland versus Scotland that took place this morning. Excuse the background, I am on a camping site, but I needed to do this video because it was a good game for Ireland. As for Scotland, they didn't play the greatest game. I thought they were very sloppy, missed out on opportunities. I thought they could have done a lot better if they capitalised. I mean, they had territory, they had possession of the game, they really had everything for them in order to pick up some points, but it just wasn't the case for them. It was all due to Ireland's dominance of the game, brilliant rugby play, the skillfulness, the tacticalness, the speed, the composure that they held. I thought the kicking game was good, the running game was good. It was just an overall solid performance from Ireland, and they really are starting to look good just before the bigger moment of progressing in the Rugby World Cup finals called knockout stages. They definitely are proving why they've got to number one spot, and hopefully for them they can continue with this great form of individual playership who've just been playing great rugby and great sports for it. I thought Conor Murray was solid. I couldn't understand why Sexton wasn't kicking as much, because Conor Murray's missed those two kicks which weren't that great. But obviously there was opportunity for them to really take on, and they did. They capitalised on every opportunity that they needed to do. And I just got the speed, the defence, the actual defence when Scotland won the attack. Ireland were looking really sharp and capitalising once again on every single opportunity. And if they wanted to win a World Cup, they just need to keep going at that. Because obviously we saw South Africa and New Zealand. South Africa were poor, they were weak, they weren't offering what they could do. And for me, I felt the same for Scotland. They just didn't capitalise on the opportunities needed in order to get them a final moment of scoring tries and capitalising. So for them, they need to catch a wake up, because if they wanted to do anything special against Japan, they're going to have to get results. They're going to have to get points, because Japan have got the momentum of the crowd, the home venue. They know the conditions well. So therefore, for me, they're going to become out all strong. And if Scotland play the way they play today, we could see an upset. We could see the first upset of the Rugby World Cup. But again, it's early days. It's not the end of the world for Scotland, but we've just seen now how the log's going to end up. Definitely Ireland will stay at the top, and Scotland so far second. So South Africa are potentially going to meet Ireland in the quarter-final stage, which is going to be one hell of a game. And as a South African myself, I'm actually quite petrified for that game, because I think Ireland are really peaking at the right time and looking sharp and looking good. So I think if they can keep going at it, they're really going to be dangerous. If we look at the stats, okay, James Ryan scored the first try in the 6th minute. That was pretty impressive from him. I thought it was sharp stuff from him. Rory Best getting on the score line in the 14th minute. Then Furlong in the 25th minute. Ireland just kept consistent with scoring points. And then Andrew Conway in the 56th minute. Second half was a bit boring for me, because obviously Ireland were playing a lot slower. They'd won the game, they'd done enough, they scored the points, so they didn't need. So it was just frustrating Scotland at the game plan, and it was a clever game plan for them. Conor Murray getting over one penalty, Johnny Sexton getting over in the 8th, and Jack Carty getting one in the 68th minute, which was a penalty kick. Greg Laidlaw was the only one who got the points for Scotland, so really poor stuff from the Scots, and we're going to have to see improvements. So tries 4 versus nothing. If we look at meters run, 358 to Ireland, 297 to Scotland. If we look at possession, Ireland came back. They definitely came back, because at one stage Scotland was dominating possession and territory. So possession, Ireland 51%, Scotland 49%. If we look at the territory, 49% to Ireland and 51% to Scotland. So Ireland definitely came back with the possession and the territory, but at one stage the Scots had the ball, they had the momentum and the opportunities in order to go further, but they just couldn't capitalise for them, and that cost them the game. If we look at clean breaks, 10 versus 3, 10 for Ireland, 17 defenders beaten versus 8, this again to Ireland. 3 offloads, 9 offloads to Scotland. Rucks won 92 of 96, and then 94 of 100 for Scotland. Mauls won 7 of 8, and then 6 of 6 others for Scotland. Turnovers conceded, 11 for Ireland and 16 for Scotland. If we look at set pieces, Ireland 10 out of 10 scrums, 100%, 12 out of 12 lineouts, much better improvement from what we saw in the warm-up game, so great stuff for Ireland. Scotland lost the one scrum and then won the one, so it's 50% there, not good enough. And then lineouts won 14 or 15, so that wasn't too bad. But Ireland 100% in the set pieces, which is fantastic, and that will give them a massive boost going into this Rugby World Cup further on stages. Discipline, not too shabby. 7 penalties conceded for Ireland. They'll want to reduce that going into the next game with obviously the one yellow card, and then Scotland giving away 6 penalties in the game. So overall, great performance from Ireland. Totally dominated the game, and I think that's going to give them a massive confidence booster as they approach the Rugby World Cup, or get further in the Rugby World Cup. Obviously, next games aren't too hectic, but I would watch out for Japan, for both Scotland and Ireland as they progress in the World Cup, because if they don't, we could see something surprising happen, and I think we need to watch out for Japan because they could cause a headache or two, especially, and I'm really worried with the Scots. I hope they don't lose, because obviously I love Scotland, but I want to see an improvement from them. Gregor Townsend needs to work with these boys. As for Joe Schmidt, he's got something great with Scotland, and if he can keep that up, keep the momentum, then they're going to go far in the World Cup. So well done to Ireland. Great performance from them. Like I said, the defence stood out for me. They just wouldn't let Scotland through. The tackles on Stuart Hogg looked really under pressure the whole game. Finn Russell had his moments of tactical kicking, which worked in certain occurrences, but they needed more. They needed more. When you're on that try line and you're part of the 22, you've got to capitalise and get those points that you need. Otherwise, you're going to see your backside and you're just not going to win any game. So big improvement needed from Scotland. But as for Ireland, keep doing what they're doing, work on certain things. But from a scrum and a line-up point of view, so much more improved than what we saw when they got smashed by England. So they can keep that up. That is great. So that's a good thing for Captain Rory Best. And that will give him and Joe Schmidt a lot of motivation as they approach the Rugby World Cup and get further in the stages. It's going to be awesome. What a start to the two games. Again, I was expecting more from the Scots, but it just wasn't meant to be. So well done to Ireland, and I wish both teams all the best as we progress to the World Cup. But warning, watch out for Japan. I think they are going to be quite a threat. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new, because there's so much more content to coming. Rugby World Cup is underway and we are going at it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.